Okay, thank you. Now we are going to talking about the rationale of morphology itself. So, in linguistic morphology, derivational morphology focuses on the creation of new words by adding affixes to base forms. It involves the formation of derived words that may have different meanings or belong to different word classes. And then, before we are going to talking about kinds of derivational itself, derivational morphology itself, we have to know there are several things about derivational. The first, base forms. Base forms are existing words or roots to which affixes are added to create derived words. Two, affixes. Affixes are morphemes that are added to base form from derived words. They can be prefixed or added at the beginning of a word. Suffixes added at the end of a word, or infixes added within a word. 3. Derivation itself. Derivation itself, the process of forming derived words by adding affixes to base forms. It can change the word class, meanings, or both. And then there are several kinds of morphology itself. The first is prefixes. Prefixes. Prefixes adding the prefix "an" to the base word happy creates the derived word unhappy, which has the opposite meaning. And then adding the prefix "this" to the base word connect creates the derived word disconnect, indicating the opposite action. And then suffixes. Suffixes adding the suffix "er" to the base word teach creates the derived word teacher, indicating a person who teaches. And then adding the suffix "able" to the base word read creates the derived word readable, indicating that something can be read. And then infixes itself. Infixation is less common in English, but it can be found in some words like fun, freaking, tastic, where the infix freaking is inserted for emphasis. And then word class change. Changing the adjective happy to the noun happiness by adding the suffix "ness." And then changing the noun music to the verb musicalize by adding the suffix "ice." And the last, meaning change, adding the prefix "re" to the verb boiled creates the derived verb rebuild, indicating the action of building again. Adding the suffix "is" to the noun child creates the derived adjective childish, indicating behavior characteristic of a child. Okay. For the next material, I give time for Mr. M to explain for us. Mr. M, please.
Okay. The next slide, I wanna tell you about allomorph. So in linguistic, morphology and allomorph are presence of morphemes that occur in different phonetics or morphological contexts. And allomorph are different from of the same morpheme that do not change the meaning of the morpheme. And in this topic, allomorph have two different meaning, and the first one is morpheme. Morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in the word, and in morpheme have two subtopic and submeaning. And the first one is root morpheme. Root morpheme is the core meaning bearing morpheme, and the next is affix morpheme. Affix morpheme is the morpheme added to the root to create the effect on inflected words. And the second is allomorph. Allomorph is the phonetics of or morphological variation of a morpheme in different contexts. And allomorph have different so and the first one is allomorph can accord due to phonetics change or morphological conditioning. Next is allomorph do not alter the meaning of the morpheme. So I wanna give you example from plural morpheme as in English. So the allomorph as is used when the base form ends in a voiceless sounds like cats, and then the allomorph es is used when the base form ends in voice sound or the sounds s or sh, ch, its or z. And the next is negative prefix in English. The allomorph in appears before words starting with m, p or b, impossible, impatient, imbalance. And the allomorph un or an appears before starting with consonant other than m, p or b, like unhappily, unusually, unbelievably. And the allomorph er is used to define nouns from verb indicating the agent or der, like teach, order to teacher. And the allomorph iron is used to verify nouns indicating an action or a stage, communicate, order to communication. And I think that's it from our presentation. And if you don't understand about our material, you just give comment. Thank you.